Hello all, welcome to this video. In this video, you will learn how to create a Docker image for running a static HTML website using Nginx. The scenario will explain how to build a Docker image running Nginx with your HTML site. The aim is to help you understand how to create and run Docker images created by yourself. So in case if you are a UI developer or you are running a simple or testing some new programming languages like Python, Java, PHP, Angular, these are the server-side programming languages. So in order to run the static code of these languages, you need to host a web server. So instead of downloading a web server or basically spinning a VM virtual machine and running that code inside a VM, you can spin up that container and you can, in that way, you can save up the disk space as well as the memory power and CPU power. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can do it for a simple HTML website, and you can also follow along with this video if you are interested and if you like to learn your code in your local machine and Docker container. So the steps are very simple and this tutorial is very simple to do. But once you understand, you can able to install and run any application, any big application, Python or the Java based application. Okay, so let's start this. So first thing we need to create a static code file, a HTML file. So I have created this container demo in a desktop folder. This particular container folder I have created on my desktop. And you must have editor like Eclipse or VS Code. Just include that particular folder into it as your workspace so that you can create whatever the files you are going to create in this tutorial can go inside those particular folder. So first file we need to create is the index.html file. So just click on this icon, you will click index.html. Okay, so now we have to paste some code here. Either we can write some code or I would like to just grab some sample code from the internet. I have selected this Get Bootstrap template. I find this is quite good. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste that in this particular index.html file. I'm just going to modify the title. Hello, let's keep the hello word and hello word in a Docker container. Something like that we can give here. Okay, save this. The next file we need to create is the Docker file. So let's create the Docker file. And why we require a Docker file, I will explain you. The reason we require a Docker file, because to create a Docker image. So what are Docker images? Docker images start from a base image. So basically the base image basically should include the platform dependencies required by your application. For example, if you have the Java based application, you must require the JVM, right? OpenJDK or CLR, like if you are using the Angular, you need the Angular CLI installed. So these are all the dependencies in order to run that particular application. So this dependency you wrap in a base image so that your application can run smoothly without any disturbance. So those are called the base images. So the base image is defined as an instruction file. So instruction as a Docker file. So Docker images are built based on the contents of a Docker file. So Docker file is nothing but a list of instructions describing how you can deploy your application. So in this example, this particular example, our base image is nothing but an Alpine version of Nginx. So Nginx is the web server, just like the Apache. You have the Apache web server. Nginx is another web server which is mainly used for the proxy and the reverse proxy stuff. But overall, it has the same properties and characteristic as the Apache web server. In this example, I'm going to use the Nginx. So this provides the configured web server on the Linux Alpine distribution. So this particular image, Nginx image, is based on the Linux Alpine version. Okay. So, and what is the Alpine distribution and all that? If you are interested on that, then comment on this video. I will make another tutorial on another video explaining what other are the Linux distribution and the distros available and what are the main differences between those. Okay, so let's start building our Docker file. The first keyword you need to use is the from keyword. So from keyword basically explains from which particular base image you wanted to create this particular Docker image. So in our case, we wanted to use from Nginx, and as you see, I'm already getting some suggestion here. So when I type Nginx, that is because I have installed this Docker plugin in my system, you can see, and because of that I'm getting. But if you are not installed that, you can install the Docker plugin. I will show you in a second, and you just need the Alpine version. Okay, so this is the first line of the instruction we use. The second part, we need to use a copy command. A copy command basically copies, as the name says, it copies the files from the current directory to the Nginx web server public directory. So Nginx keep its public files in user share Nginx HTML. The first line defines our base image. The second line copies the content of the current directory into the location inside the Nginx container. That's it. That's how we have to do it. Let's save this. Okay. Once you do this, this is the first step. The second part is the build command. So we need to build this Docker file right now. In order to build the Docker files, you need to use the Docker build command. Okay. So the Docker build command takes some parameters like as you see in this terminal, Docker build. If you don't know how you can open the terminal, you can just go to terminal, this icon, it will open up a terminal for you. I already opened up the terminal. Let me delete one. Okay, so in order to build the Docker file, you have to use the Docker build command. Always make sure that you are running this Docker build command from the same directory where you have kept the Docker file. Okay, so do the Docker build command, then do the -t. -t stands for the tag. Okay, so the -t parameter basically allows you to specify a friendly name for the image and the tag. So commonly used as a version number basically. So in the production or in any other environment, you will version the image. Every image will be different from the previous image. So the versioning basically helps this way, and this allows you to track built images and be confident about which version is being started on the setup, basically on the environment. So you can, in case anything, if a particular thing goes bad with a particular version, you can always go back to the previous version, or you can push up the new version to rectify the issue. Okay, so in our case, we're just going to Docker build. We're going to tag it as a web server, and I'm just going to do the image or like particular v1, and I will just enter. Okay, so it says exactly one argument it requires, right? So if let me run this Docker build hyphen. Okay, so what failed is, so you can use the Docker build -t web server. We forgot to give the path of the Docker file. So path is the current directory. If you enter this right now, so okay, so my Docker daemon service is not running right now. Let me start that. This is a common error you will also face. So in that case, if you already installed Docker Desktop, open Docker Desktop. It will take some time to open up, and you just have to start the service. I think it's not loaded yet. So if you are on Windows and if you are getting this error that Docker daemon is not running, it mostly signifies that your Docker Desktop you haven't started before running any Docker command. So Docker Desktop understands the Docker CLI instructions, right? So the daemon is yes, as you can see, my Docker Desktop is started. So let's retry one more time to run our command, Docker build command, enter. So as you can see, the Docker build command started, and it started to do the base image creation right now. So once the image is successfully created, I can show you in this particular image. You see under images section, a Docker image is getting created. So it's here, and then the tag we gave is the v1. So you can find the v1 tag is there. Okay, so next part is we have to run our Docker image. We have to spin up a container from this particular Docker image. Okay, the image name is web server image. Okay, so in order to run the container, we have to use another command called run command, Docker run command. So the built image can be launched in a consistent way to other Docker images. So when a container launches, it sandbox from other processes and network on the host. Okay, so on this machine, and when starting a container, you need to give it a permission and access to what it requires. So basically it will use the same network as the local machine. So for example, to open and bind to a network port on the host, we need to provide a parameter which stands for like -p. So you will understand this when we write this particular command. So let's start running and let's spin up a container from this. In order to spin up a container from this particular image, you have to use the command docker run -d. -d stands for the detach mode. So when you spin up a container, you want your container to run in the background so that everyone you can give the URL to every others also, so that they can also access the container, and in the meantime you can also work on the terminal instead of your terminal getting blocked. So that is the detach mode. Then you give the -p stands for the port, and you will use what port you want this particular code needs to be run. In my case, I'm giving 8080 both on localhost and the container. So an Nginx container basically runs on the 80 port as a public web server, and then we have to give our image name, which is web server image v1, and then that's it. This is the command. You can just enter it. Then now your container is running. This is the container ID. Okay, you can see the running container by using docker ps. You will see the one container is running with web server image, and this is the container name. In order to access this, what you have to do, you have to go to your browser, go to localhost, and then give the port 80. As you can see, the template code which you have created, this has hosted. Now if you go to index.html, post a simple HTML code in a Docker container, and you can then share this container ID to your colleagues so that they can also spin up a container from that Docker image, and they can also see your code what you have worked on. For the more upcoming videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you found this video useful.